Hey guys, this is Adam Haig. I just wanted to check in with you guys. First off, to just talk about what we're going to do with this channel going forward, um, and also to address my video from last week. I posted at 3 in the morning after having a little bit of whiskey and a very emotional day. So, not my best self. So I would like to apologize. I already sent a message on the comedy community about it, but ultimately, I guess I wanted to clarify a few things of what I said in there. Sometimes you say things with emotions, or you think, the old saying, you're the hero of your own story, and then everybody else thinks you're the villain. But regardless, my intention was not to lambast the entire sketch comedy community or anything like that. There's a lot of great people in the sketch comedy community, a lot of talented people. People that were at the pocket were always great to us. Gave us a lot of opportunities with good friends. A lot of other great acts that we got to work with. So there was just some here and there that didn't, feel like they were the nicest people. But that's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. Not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to find what you do funny. And that's okay. I think, and plus, I came off with it felt like it was just like, oh, well, you could have chosen us instead of that. My intention was more to be like, you could have chosen some other groups besides. And there was nothing wrong with the groups that had 5 videos. I mean, they were all funny, but it was just kind of like, about some other groups in Portland or somewhere else, maybe it's not something. But hey, it is what it is. I also wasn't aware at the time that they are volunteers, and putting this all together obviously was a huge undertaking. So, I took it a little too personally, and that's not the best way to handle things. But I do think that, I hope that, going forward we can all learn from things, and hope that communication will be a good thing. Just so we all get, because I said, I have no problem watching the sketch comedy thing. I think it was just kind of like, usually ahead of time when it's been a live performance of what, like they let you know, like, oh, you didn't get in or you got in, either way. That way you can know, like, okay, so now I can watch this whenever and I don't have to. I think the thing is, because I was waiting for 4 weeks, there was sort of like every time a week would go by, the 4-week thing, it'd be like, oh, well, we weren't in this week, maybe next week, and so by the time we got to the last week and we got to the last sketch, and it's like, okay, we didn't get picked. Then it's kind of like this weight that kind of just clapped on me, because it was just like, this year has just been so shitty. Other than me and my wife having our other YouTube channel, really haven't had much creative to do, and so it was just the disappointment of that. So there's no excuse for it, and I'm not blaming the booze. What it was said was straight from my mouth, so I'm not one of those people that's just like, oh, well, I really meant this, but then I said that, I said what I said. And, I hope that people in the sketch community who took offense to it, I apologize to them. I certainly do not mean to come off like an entitled dick or anything like that. My goal is just to put out funny stuff. And like I said, humor is subjective. Some people are going to find stuff funny. Other people aren't. That's okay. We all have things that make us laugh. We all have things that are like, not for me. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And they chose the videos they thought that were the best, and that's totally their prerogative, and they're fine. I was fine with that. There's always next year. There's other festivals to submit to. Also, before we really started trying to be part of the community, we would just put on shows. Like, I barely even knew who these other people were before a certain time. We started doing something in the pocket and stuff, and then we started meeting groups. But I didn't really, I never really knew them. I knew there were other sketch groups obviously in town, but I didn't really know them. I hadn't really interacted with them. I hadn't done any kind of split shows or any kind of thing. We were just kind of focused on, hey, we wrote a show, we put it up, and it was fun. Cool, let's work on the next one. And I think that's what we kind of got to get back to, and so not worry so much about, oh, well, we got to do this because we got to get this, and then we got to do this, and they will like this, and they won't like this, and it's like, just put out some comedy, Adam. Focus on your comedy. You're a funny guy. And we've got a talented group that a lot of people have liked. I think the other thing is we were a part of Sketchfest before. We've been in it 3 times before. So I think a lot of it was just that 2018, 2019 came, and we weren't in it. It was just kind of like, man, I thought when we started doing some of the pocket, we felt kind of like, oh, we finally made it kind of thing, like before we got into things with the pocket, it was kind of like, we're doing stuff here and there, and it was like, no one really knew who we were or really cared. But that's okay. But yeah, I didn't want to make it seem like, yeah, we've been here for 11 years and these bastards have never showed. It wasn't like that. We had been in there before. It was just kind of when things changed over, so we weren't it, and, we took it out the wrong way. I took that the wrong way, mostly. So, I'll leave Turbo Turkey out of it, leave my wife out of it, It was all on my own accord. All the stuff I said was from me. So, so I take the blame for that and apologize for that. And I'm not going to do another video like that. What was said was what said. I do appreciate all the views. I do appreciate the people that did watch it. So at least they, heard some of what I was saying, because my heart was in the right place. It was just the wrong time and way to do it. And I should have come off a lot more lightheaded, and well, not lightheaded, but you know what I mean. I should have come off a little more clear about what I was trying to say, as opposed to coming off like, we demand this, and I just wanted it to be a sob story or nothing like that, because it's not like I'm some sad person. It was just like, oh, well, crap. But anyway, regardless, to wrap things up more or less, is that, yeah, we love the sketch community. We love being a part of it. We hope that we'll be able to chance to get together with all these people again sometime and do shows. And we'd love to work with anybody. And I think that, the more we learn from each other, the better we're all going to be. I don't think I still stand by it. I think that, we can learn from each other. It doesn't matter how experienced you are or how experienced I am or whoever is. I think we can all learn from each other. So, I guess it's more about coming together, together and be like supporting each other and stuff. Yeah, we can't all go to every shows. I understand that. We all work. We all have jobs. We all have lives. That's fine. But I think it's just more like knowing that, hey, we got your back and stuff like that. Yeah, we'd love to work with more groups and stuff like that. So anyway, as for this channel, my hope is to, initially me and my wife set this up to kind of do movie reviews and stuff like that, but then we kind of just the pandemic hit and we were kind of just in the midst of it, and then we have our other channel, Adam and Anna, which we focus a lot on sketches there each week, so you can check that out, subscribe. If you want to subscribe to this channel, that's cool too. I have a couple of ideas. I'm thinking about doing some stuff with horror movies and like horror movies, not trilogies, but that have tons and tons of sequels. I have kind of an idea of doing almost a masterpiece theater thing, but I'm reading basically a novel that I'm going by, just giving plot points and how things go continuity-wise. It's a rough patch, but it's something I'm thinking about, especially with Halloween coming up. And I'm an October baby, so, Halloween kind of comes naturally. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching all the videos you have watched, and I hope that you'll keep watching, and I'll have some other ideas, too, maybe just talking about the history of Turbo Turkey, how I came about, with Turbo Turkey. I just love talking, if you didn't notice. I talk and talk and never stop talking. Shut up, Adam. Anyway, thanks, guys, and I hope this finds you well.